Hey everyone. I want to welcome everybody to the February webinar for the National At-Home Dad Network. My name's Matt Strain, and we're glad that you guys were able to join us. Today we have Katie Schiller, who's the owner of Schiller's House in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, and she's here to talk to us about a topic that a lot of us dads and parents in general struggle with, and that's taking care of our kids' hair. I'm off the hook these days. Luckily, about a month ago, my 7-year-old decided she wanted a pixie cut. But before that, it was an ongoing fight almost daily to get the hair brushed. And then, of course, she wants some sort of nice style with it. And I'm, what can I say, less than competent at that. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to the professional here. And we're going to go over to Katie. So, Katie, please take it away. You seem to have something going wrong with the sound on your end there, Katie. All I'm getting is a whining noise.
Can you hear us now, Matt?
Yes, much better. Thank you so much.
Yeah, use my microphone. I don't know what's up with her phone, but maybe it's just sensitive. So, all right, yeah, we'll just use my microphone.
Okay. Are we good? Can we hear?
You good?
Yes, everything's fine. Take it away, Katie.
All right. So I am Katie Schiller. I've been a hairstylist for 19 years. And I'm excited to show you guys a few tricks on how to do some long hair. So this is Shauna. She's 16. And she's got, a lot of natural curls. So a lot of times when, you're going to be styling some hair, it's going to be, for an event or school, or you just want to have your hair look nice for the day. So with Shauna's natural curl, I'm going to show you a couple different things. One, I'm going to do a little section here on like the proper way to flat iron hair. There's just a few things that I can run through for you guys. And then I'll show you some cool ways to add some curl and texture to it. We'll try to keep it fast because I know we don't spend a ton of time on hair, but the first thing that you're going to want to do with proper care is make sure that there's no tangles in the hair. So I really like the wet brushes. These help with tangles. They can be used on wet or dry hair. And when we do the hair, to brush out any age, any style hair, you don't want to start at the top here, but you're going to want to start at the bottom. Going from the bottom and doing all the way up. This is great. We don't have any snarls in the hair. And before we put an iron or anything on it, we want to make sure that it's completely dry as well. So let's say, like if you got into a snarl down here, don't take up here and like rip through the snarl. Always start at the bottom and kind of like pick your way up through that to make sure that all of the snarls come out. You didn't have any snarls today, so thank you. And so, okay. One thing that you want to know, so I'm going to do a couple basic iron tricks on her hair today for you guys to see. So you always want, if you're using heat, to use a heat setting spray. Any type of heat setting spray is going to say it's good up to like 450-degree heat. So when you spray hair, you can either do it like by sections, like this, or you can mist through all of the hair. Maybe like concentrating if there's drier ends through the bottom, and mist the setting spray through the hair. Clips are always good. These gator clips are awesome. To hold the hair, and then a comb if you want. It's not necessary, but for this section, I'm just going to take and part her hair up like this and work with the section about an inch thick, 2.5 inches wide. And then I have my flat iron turned on. This is at 350 degrees. You never really want to turn a flat iron up to 450. And when you do it, you're going to make a few light passes without using a ton of tension on the hair. So it's almost like so hot, like you can't touch it. Now when it's smoking, because we have the heat protectant spray on it. And then the last pass you make is going to go a lot smoother. And then same with, around the face. And that's how you get like a really good pass of the flat iron to make it so it's not too hot. And I'm going to show you the wrong way. This is the wrong way, okay? Grab the hair really tight, pull it down. And see the difference of doing the few extra passes, how that kind of makes a way smoother strand. So again, smaller section, you can take a comb that through, and do a couple light, quick passes on it. And then take it and smooth it down like that. And you'll get nice straight hair. Is that what we like at 16 is straight hair? Yeah. So I'm going to do that on this section here. Again, I have about 1 inch thick, and everybody's hair has like thicker, thinner, it's a lot denser. If you have a child with like really thick hair and this isn't working, you can always take and do even slimmer sections through hair. So we're going to take and pass that again. Oh, shoot. Light and slow. Sorry about that. So anyway, there you go.
Hey, Tim, if we could get that other mic off, that'd be really helpful.
Okay. See your mics? Is that better? Okay.
Sorry, much better. Thank you.
The mic's turned off, so I don't know what's going on.
So, that is okay. We'll go back. That is how we smooth the hair. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do a curl section of the hair with the flat iron. So you can do this on smooth hair, or like I call day 2 hair. Day 2 hair is when you don't wash your hair for 2 days. So let's say we want to add some curl to the hair. Same technique, add a few passes. I'm doing a way bigger section this time. I'm going to take and I'm going to wrap the flat iron around it one time and then slowly spin it through the hair like so. And that's going to give you a really nice curl through the hair. Don't touch that until you get everything curled. So is this cool? We're going to smooth style your hair today. The main ones that you want to pay attention to are going to be the front and the top ones. So I always take that. Just so. And then I'm going to section her hair out. And I'm going to do curls on this under section using that same technique. So the technique is a couple passes through to keep the hair. Using the comb just gets it a little bit smoother, but these are about 2 sections thick, and then it's from the crown all the way down to the end of her hair. So I'm going to run the flat iron over that till it's almost too hot to touch the hair. And then you grab it, loop it once, and then twist it down to the end of the hair. and let it sit. If you want more curl in that, you just loop it up a little taller or higher on the head and go down with that. So the thing too when you're working with irons is always make sure that you have the proper heat. And the heat settings on the flat irons are, you need to go over there. All right, so we're gonna smooth it in like this again. Twist it. And then spin it going down the hair. And this does take a little bit of time to get used to how to do it, but once you do it a few times, you kind of get the hang of it. It's a super easy, fun way to get a lot of nice curl and style for longer hair. Let's do a couple more here on the sides. Also, everything that I do is going twisting back off of the face. All right, now we got the top section of the hair, so I'm just going to start back here, finish off the back. Run the flat iron over it so this gets the inside of the hair hot enough where you can kind of restructure with heat. I know that sounds crazy, but this makes your color look super cool. I love that. Alright, so this section. When you get to the top, this is all still the underneath section of hair. Which is the easiest, I think, to do. So you don't have to worry much about like the scalp. But twist it down. And again, you want to make sure you use some sort of heat protectant spray on the hair. And what that also is going to do is for long-term hair care, it's going to keep the hair healthy so you get less snarls. The snarls or tangles in hair, those are the worst. I grew up without all the cool things to kind of help with tangles and probably have one of the more sensitive heads out there. It was a battle for my parents all the time to get a brush through my hair. But I didn't have the wet brush or the detangling sprays. Alright, so when we look at the front of the hair, you kind of want to determine where the part's going to be. So I want to give her kind of a more dramatic side part. So I'm going to section it off right there and do 2 sections. So these clips are so handy. You guys, it just keeps the hair that you're not working with out of the way. And she's got some curls in through her forehead line here. So I'm just going to really quickly smooth those over. So we get that hair nice and smooth like that. And then I'm going to flip my wrist. Kick that hair over and just roll the flat iron through. So the one thing to kind of watch when you're doing it is how tight you hold that flat iron. Like, can you feel it pulling on your hair at all when I'm doing this, or just gliding through? A little pull? Okay. All right, and the last one here. The other thing too, why I'm not touching any of these curls is I want them to set kind of like cool down. So that also, by letting them cool down before I touch them, sets those curls, and then they won't fall loose right away. Kind of the trend too is to have it a little bit more smoother through the top. Then after we get those in there, and to just run our hands through to kind of break up the curls a little bit. And let's see the back here. And I'll probably add a little touch up here. And that is how we do some flat iron curls, everybody. But see how I kind of just break the curls up like that, running my fingers through. And we have beachy waves.
Now, Katie, I do have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Early on, before you started, you sprayed her hair down with something, and I didn't catch what the name of what the product was.
This is the Artistry Pro. This is a heat protectant spray. So
Okay.
this is it's gonna protect the hair from any type irons. This one is the Sexy Hair line. I like this one because it's heat protectant and finishing spray. So I can take this after I use it and then use it as a hairspray as well. So that protected her hair from all of the heat that I was putting on her hair. And that's why you're seeing kind of the hair smoking as well.
So the heat protectant, that's something that I would be able to find at like my local grocery store in the hair care section, or do I have to go to a beauty supply shop to find something like that?
They probably would have them at salons. Most salons would carry it. They would also, they would have it at your like local, I don't know about the grocery store, but like definitely online you could find it. So this is the one I'm showing
Walmart or
this here.
something like that.
I don't know, and we can put like in comments a link to each product that I use today too, if that's something that you guys would be interested in. So I know all the
Sure.
products that I use you can buy online. I'm guessing depending on the store, I don't know if what they would have, but there's so many different hairlines, and every line should have a heat protectant spray. So it'll say heat protectant spray up to 450 degrees, and you put that in the hair when it's dry before you're going to curl or flat iron or use any type heat to style.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. So the other thing I'm going to show here is, let's say she wants like part of this pinned up. So there's bobby pins. I'm thinking you guys know what bobby pins are, but these I know you can find anywhere. If you're at my house, you'd find them all over the place because we scatter them, but this is a bobby pin. And something just super cute, and this would be, like if you wanted to just jazz the style up a little bit. I'm going to pull half of it back. So when I do this, I'm going to start with the front and then have one piece. I'm going to grab a piece from underneath here and twist it around like this. You see, I'm just taking my starting piece and I'm moving it around. Pull it a little loose like that. With my thumb, I'm just pushing that up. And then take your bobby pin and slide it in right down there to hold that piece. And then we're going to take this side here and do the same thing. So 2 pieces of hair, and I'm just twisting it across like this. It's almost like a rope, and then pull each little piece out like that. And then when I do the bobby pin, I'm going to go up and over. So it sticks in through there. Pull a few pieces out like that. And that's just a really simple way to kind of fancy up that hairstyle. And then pull a little bit through here. What do you think? Do you like it? Yeah? Does anybody have any questions on this look at all?
If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. You can either type them in the chat or unmute yourself, and don't be shy.
No questions? Cool. Well, so that's, a little 411 on iron use, and I don't know, probably, I think, if you have anybody school age and up, they love having a little bit of curl put in their hair. So that is one way to style hair. So we are going to go on to Gracie now, and I'm going to show you guys how to do some stuff with her hair. She's got completely different hair, so thank you so much. Thanks for being my model. All right, this is Gracie, everybody. No, she was. All right, so Gracie, how old are you? 6. 6 years old. All right. So what is like? Do you like to have your hair done any special certain way? I don't know. You know? All right. Well, what I'm going to show you guys today is kind of like the classic bun. So I know because she has a finer texture hair. Finer meaning it's not a thicker, coarse strand, but she has a lot of it. So it probably gets staticky. Do you get staticky where your hair is like? So one trick with that is if you take a bounce sheet, and rub it on a coat hood or inside hats. That's going to help with if you have anybody who has really fine, staticky hair. So there's 2 different brushes, and this is more so like if you are going to get it out of a shower or bath. You want to start with, this is the wet brush, like comb pick here. And I know you said you didn't comb your hair today. Your hair is not too bad. So start, you kind of go like this, and when you feel where the comb sticks, that's typically where you might get some snarls. I'm guessing you get some snarls underneath here on the neck. So if you ever brush the hair, always do a double check underneath like that to make sure all of those snarls are gone before we start. So how we would do this is I'm going to have a regular comb for this, and a ponytail holder, which there's 3 different kinds of ponytail holders. These ones are the little itty bitty ones. I like to use them in a colored one on younger girls' hair. These are not meant to be pulled out of the hair. These you'll want to always cut out, because when you pull them out, you're going to be breaking the hair. If you are a dad who has larger fingers, sometimes these bigger ones are just easier because the little ones are hard to get your hands around. So these ones I like because they don't rip the hair. These ones don't have to be cut out, but anytime there's these ones used, you always want to snip that out so you don't pull the hair out, because those get kind of snarled in there. So anyways, take the comb, make sure there's no snarls in the hair, and to do your basic start to a bun, the buns are usually placed at the top of the head. So comb everything back. And I'm just using the comb to gather the hair and put it into my hand to start. So we get everything up in there. And her hair, kind of gauge where it's going to go by where the back of the hair is. So sometimes, you want it to be really smooth. But if you cannot comb, hold the hair and grab it like that. You see that? So I'm just holding it and starting up there and then pulling it into my hand. But we'll take the bigger ponytail and you put it on your thumb, first finger, middle finger, and ring finger like this. And, okay. And you're going to grab the ponytail, twist it around, and then you twist it that way once, and then pull the ponytail back through, twist it again on the top, and pull it through. You want it to be kind of tight. Is that too tight? Does that feel okay? All right. And then you're going to pull it tight like that. So then we want all of this section to be smooth. So what I like to do is just take a water bottle and mist a little water. Another trick, you can just run a comb underneath like your sink, and comb it through like this. But then after the ponytail is in, take and smooth back all the little hairs like that through there. And then we're going to set this with hairspray too afterwards. But this gets all of it so it's looking nice and smooth. And the hair's up in the ponytail. All right. So there's your basic ponytail. But for the buns, and you'll see this a lot, these are kind of cool. These are like hair donuts. So they look like this. And that goes around the hair just like that. And what you're going to do is fan the hair around like that. And take another ponytail. So you take this is all dried hair. You're going to fan it up like this. Scoop it. And put the other ponytail around that big donut. Just like that. And like Gracie does have pretty thick hair, so this is like when you see this, usually a little girl will have some sort of bun, like or donut underneath the hair. So you put it on, and then it's just like that. And then we'll take some bobby pins or hairpins. I like to use hairpins, but bobby pins work as well. And you're just going to tuck in the little pieces of hair underneath it. And you can use these to kind of smooth out if you see any of the donut. Like sometimes you can find them in your hair color, sometimes you can't. But this is just a blonde one, so perfect. Can you tip your chin down?
You were mentioning potentially being able to use bobby pins again, and John, one of the people who's joined us, asked a question a little bit ago. When you put the bobby pins in, do you put them in flat side up or bumpy side up?
I put my bobby pins in bumpy side up.
Okay.
That's a good question. I might sometimes not, but the trick with the bobby pins, and let me tell you guys, this has been a learned thing. So, can you see that? So, you want to be able to use your finger only to spread the bobby pin. In the days before masks, it was really just super easy to use my mouth, which I can't anymore. So, you use your finger to split it. And then I'm holding it open, bumpy side up, and then I just push that right into the bun like that. And then, yeah, I'll check this. And the cool thing with the buns, like, they're a little bit mobile, so they can move. But yeah, that was a good question. I've never even paid attention to that, actually. But yeah, so then after the bun is in, you're gonna just smooth it down one more time, and you can take hairspray at this time. This is one I like. This is called Soy Touchable. It's not super stiff. It's not sticky. It's not gonna leave any gunky residue on the hair. And you spray just a little bit, and then comb like this. And this is a lighter hold hairspray. If you're doing like dance competitions and stuff like that, you're gonna want to use a heavier one. Go sit down, please. Then you just comb all that and spray as you comb. And then once everything is tucked up where you like it, then you give it an all-over mist. So the other thing with hairspray, you don't want to spray right here. You want to hold it about 12 to 8 inches back and spray. But that is that's bun, or just a cute bun, right? And everything is off of the face. You know, another cute thing with this, if you left a couple pieces down, you can curl it, but that is the dance bun. How does that feel in your hair? Good. That feel good? Feel tight, like it would last a full day of jumping around and being crazy? Yeah? No. Oh, awesome. Is there any questions on this particular look at all? No?
I don't really know anything.
Hey, what?
I don't even know anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think we are good here. Are we good? You like it?
No.
Well, thank you for being my model. Okay, Sloan, are you ready? Okay, it's your turn. All right, so this is Sloan. And what I'm going to do on Sloan's hair today is the French braid, which is a little bit harder because you can do them with twists or you could do it with whatever, but it's like a messy bun mixed with French braids. So since she has shorter hair, we're going to do 2 braids on the top and then a bun in the back. So I'm going to take a comb like this. This is called a tail comb, and you don't need it with the metal pick on it. This is just what I had. So I like to take and part her hair down the center. Also, too, make sure you have all of those snarls combed out. And you guys, honestly, for tangles, I am always so blown away by these wet brushes. They make all different kinds of them, but they really work nice for if you have snarls in the hair to not feel like you're pulling the hair out. I love it that she has the snarliest hair today. All right, so we have a nice center part. So when I do this, I section off one part of the hair just to kind of get it out of my way. So I'm going to pull this over and clip that. And then the braid is going to be right in through this part. So I'm going to use my comb to start the braid section. So I take a triangle section back through here, just like that. So, and that is where I'm going to start it. You do 3 sections. So, do you guys see how I did that? I just take 2 fingers and slice it out, and that is how I get my 3 sections. And it's just like a regular braid. You guys know how to braid. This is a regular braid, right? So you just do like that. It's definitely a practicing thing. And I'm not going to leave that, but that is cute if you just want to take a bobby pin and put that back. It's one of my favorite things to do to her hair. All right, so the French braid is like the braid, but every time I do like an over like that, then I'm going to grab from this under section and put it up in there. Do another braid part. Then I grab from the bottom only when I'm doing this. So it's really nice for the short hair because it's going to keep her hair out of her face. All right, so I bring that back. And I'm going to fold that with a clip. And then I'm going to work on this side. So again, grab my comb. Take that first triangle section back. And make sure like there's the ends of her hair sometimes get, I don't know, food or juice in them. All right, tip your chin back a little bit. All right, so again, taking 2 fingers through. And then I'm going to grab from the bottom side. So if I were you, if you have a little, so I'm going to do this a little different. If you have trouble with starting a French braid, a regular braid is always a really good way to start. The difference between the two, a French braid, you just add in hair each section that you braid like that. And see, I missed a piece over there, so grab that right there. All right, and then smooth those out. I grabbed everything then from that other clip, have it right up here. And then just to make her ponytail a little bit mess or fuller, grab some from underneath there. I'm going to take the little small black ponytail holder for her hair. But when you do ponytails, you grab and twist like that. And then to do this part, I just didn't pull it through the last time. Spread that out. And then that stays up like that. So then she has her hair tucked out of her face and just back in a little cute ponytail. So those are a few easy styles. If there's anything else you guys want to see, I can show you. This is one thing I'd say is a must. This is called Fabme. It's a Detangler Spray. There's also like It's a 10 is another brand. This is something that I highly recommend for anybody who has blonde hair, fine hair, swims a lot, hates having their hair brushed. It's going to make the hair stronger. It's going to make the hair not have nearly as many snarls, and it's super, super good and at a really good price point too. And then the hair, this is a really good hairspray. Hairspray I don't think is a must, but it does hold a good style. And then the heat protectant spray too. And then as far as brushes, I love the wet brush and I love the wet comb. And a rat tail comb is also pretty good. And then some sort of clip. So those things I think helps to help with styles. If there's anything else that you guys would ever see, please let Tim know, and I can show you. So if there's any questions too, just let us know and we can answer them.
I had one quick question.
Oh, go ahead, please.
I've got two boys, and one of them has hair about 3 inches past his shoulder, and his hair's actually more manageable than his brother, who copied after him, whose hair is right about at his shoulders. And the kids are home doing virtual learning, so they have headphones across the top, and their hair is constantly, falling in front as they mess with the headphones. And especially the shorter hair doesn't quite fit, kind of a ponytail in the back. Do you have any ideas of kind of a cool hairstyle that would help keep the hair out of their eyes, but would accommodate the headphones?
So yes and no. One thing that I tell guys to do all the time that have the longer style, that when you're looking down, and the hair comes, is when you get out of the shower, comb everything back, like straight back, and throw a hat on backwards and let it dry like that, because it's going to keep the hair from wanting to fall forward to keeping it back. I have probably a very similar haircut so when I want my hair on my face, I always throw a hat on backwards, I guess. So I don't know if that's a style or not. It is one of the harder styles. I've tried to get guys to wear like the sweatbands, to kind of keep that out of their face. I really do a lot with like hat styling, I guess. So let me grab a hat here quick. I'll show you. I'll just show you my hair. Okay, so when my hair would be, down like this, and I got headphones on, I get what you mean. So I would comb my hair back out of my face, and then I literally would just do like that. I don't know if that's like a hairstyle or not, but that's what I do, to be honest with you, in keeping my hair out of my face. And then there's the certain lengths. The only other thing you could do would be like a really heavy hold gel that would hold it. But honestly, for ease and for making the hair look right, the hat actually dries the hair the best out of anything I've ever seen, because it's not going to get too poofy. You don't have to blow dry it, and it actually is drying it where you want it pushed back out of the face. So.
Mom, is it okay for me to
Earlier today, when you were doing the first young lady's hair and you were using the straightening iron, you made a statement about not washing her hair for 2 days beforehand.
Yep.
That's a new one to me. I grew up back in the days of wash your hair every day.
Right. So, to be completely honest, I tell a lot of guys to stop washing your hair every single day, shower every day, but don't actually physically put shampoo in your hair every day. When you have super clean hair, it's not going to work well for you or do exactly what you want. It also over cleanses the scalp. So people think they need to wash their hair every day because they're oily. And like 85% of the time why people's hair is getting oily is you're over washing your hair and stripping your hair out of all of the natural oils. So it sounds crazy. I tell people who have an over oily scalp to go for like 5 days and not wash their hair, and then go to an every other day or every 2 days actually putting the shampoo in the hair. So and that's where it's called like day 2 hair. So my hair today is Like, I probably haven't put shampoo in my hair for like 4 or 5 days, but like my hair will do, like, see, it'll stay out of my face. It doesn't look greasy. It's a little dirty, but like I think Tim stopped washing his hair
Yeah.
every day.
Pretty much.
And a lot of guys notice a huge change in their hair and like manageability and amount of length by washing the hair a lot less.
The only other question that I had is my daughter has like super, super fine hair. When her hair was longer, if I did the classic just straight braid down the back, like that braid looked like a rat tail by the time I was done because
Okay.
her hair is so fine.
Sure. I can show you a trick here. Shanna, will you come over here for 1 second and I'll show the hidden trick. So let's pretend that the back of your daughter's hair is essentially like about this much hair, right? So a very small, fine amount, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you're gonna go through and do the braid. Again, I'm gonna make it look really tight and really small. I'm like holding this super, super tight and pulling that close. So essentially this will be like the back of your daughter's hair, okay, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna loosely pinch this bottom right here before I put any ponytails in it. And then I'm gonna fan out each of the little like loops of hair like this. And that makes it look a lot bigger. And you start that from the bottom. And as you get closer to the top, you can fan each of them out. And then go all the way down like that. Let's see how much like that kind of fans out
Yeah, that's shocking how much more volume that has now.
to look like that. This is also like super cute to do, like a braid and then loop it around. But yeah, that gives it a lot thicker of a look. And then I would just spray that with hairspray and put a little ponytail in the bottom of it down here. But that's just fanning that out would work. But I mean, is there anything else that you guys would like to see or have troubles doing to anybody's hair?
I'm not hearing anybody.
Okay.
I know for a fact that I used to have trouble before she cut her hair short. I used to have trouble with the tangles in the morning, and
Okay.
we were burning through Detangler Spray, and yet it was still requiring a whole lot of effort to actually get the tangles out.
Sure. So the one thing, and you said your daughter has fine hair.
Oh, super fine.
Yep, I highly, highly recommend this Fabulous spray because this has protein in it, so it's going to strengthen her hair. So a lot of times if you can tell if the hair is fine or if the hair is lacking protein in it. You can grab a strand of the hair, and I'm guessing her hair won't do it, but when you pull it like this, like I'm just taking a little bit, if you pull it and it actually can pull apart, you should cut that hair off and then start it fresh because it's so damaged and so stretched. A lot of times what I see when that happens to mainly girls' hair, because we keep our hair for so much longer, or like boys' hair that's really long, it's older hair. Like this hair here is like probably, I don't know, 5 years old, we'll call it, so it has a lot more life to it. With your daughter's hair, if it's stretching on the end, a lot of times chlorinated pools, even if they're in it one time and that doesn't get washed out, that starts eating away at that hair strand and like eating away at the proteins in it, so it does become stretchy. So when you're brushing and you get snagged up in there and you pull it, it's gonna ravel up and then cause more tangles in there. Do you really want to make sure that it starts with the hair care and you have the proper or the right conditioning treatment or shampoo and conditioner or any type of treatment done on her hair, and make sure that all of the stuff that is damaged is cut off and start fresh.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
We're going to open up the floor one more time and see if anybody else has any questions. I don't see anybody writing any new ones in the chat.
Okay.
I'm checking the third place. No, it doesn't look like we're having any in the chat. I definitely just want to say a huge thank you to you, Katie, for doing this. We've been trying to get a hairstylist to come out to our in-person Home Dad Con for years now, to talk about styling hair for dads, and it always seems to fall through at the last minute. So we were thrilled to get you to sign on, and I'm excited that we're going to be doing this at some point in the future, where we're going to talk about more short hairstyles.
Yes. There's so many other techniques and tricks for, I used to think we should spend an hour on our hair every day, and then I had kids, and I realized that's not true. So, I have a lot of really quick things, for short hairstyles that, if you take an extra 5 minutes and your hair can be 100% different in style, in the morning as far as short hair goes. And like with long hair, it all starts really at step one, the care of the hair, and kind of goes up from there. But, little tricks and stuff on knowing how to brush the hair and care for the hair, really help in keeping the longevity of the hair to have long hair and be manageable at the same time.
All right. Well, thanks on behalf of the National At-Home Dad Network and for all the parents that are watching this both live and those who will go back and watch this on our YouTube page later. For those of you that this is your first webinar joining us, if you go to the National At-Home Dad Network's YouTube page, we do have a catalog of all of our webinars as well as our Dad Chat podcast. So feel free to check it out. And in the meantime, everybody have a really, really great day. Thanks.
Yes, thank you.